Welcome back, Living Hope, Day 12, Slow Your Soul. I'm here with the amazing Pastor Jess, an author, and my good friend, Shad. And we're here to talk all things chapter 12 and guide you through today's reading. Shad, you wanted to start us out with some thoughts you had.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this whole chapter, going in with the seed and all that thought. So I had a quote from page 142. God sows a seed word in our heart. The seed is dormant, then watered and oxygenated, mixed in the right temperature, and finally the seed breaks open with comprehension and a root forms. So with that in mind, how do we maintain a good soil heart posture to the Word of God?
Good soil is always dependent on listening. So there it is right there. A good and an honest heart. What is an honest heart? I want to be honest about what I'm hearing. I want to open up my heart. I don't want to shut myself off to God. And if you're saying it, as hard as it might be, I want to hear it. Even if you're saying something about me, I don't like you saying. So how you maintain the best heart soil is I'm just listening.
Wow.
In fact, while you're reading the Bible, sometimes you might want to say, like, you get into I was into some tough stuff. So I'm writing where I'm at right now in the thing. I'm writing a prayer of repentance. And so what I did is I marked out all the high points of how I got into the ministry. Well, I realized some of those points I pushed over God. So now I'm having to listen as he's saying, that wasn't completely faithful how you did that thing right there. So you just keep your heart open. Here's the thing, if you keep your heart open and you're honest, it's like you can keep hearing what he has to say to you. So I would say that's the big thing. That is the heart of humility. That's the heart of honesty. That's the heart of openness. You know, it says wisdom from above. It's open to reason. God, I want you to reason things out with me because I might be resisting you a little bit. That's what keeps the heart, I think, really soft and able to continue to let God plant seed in it.
That's beautiful. Now, here in this chapter, you're actually going to break down for us how you define listening with this sacred reading. And for some of us, like I did years with SOAP, right? Have you done SOAP? Yeah, great little acronym. And then here we've also done road. And we've done RPMs actually. So we have a brand new acronym that's not really an acronym. Would you talk us through it? Because it is in Latin, and so that might scare some of you away. We don't want you scared away. This is really actually quite achievable. It's able to be done. Talk us through it, Pastor Jess.
Well, number one, I put the Latin words in. And here's why. Everybody knows I write these books for Living Hope. So we have Latin in a book for Living Hope. That's because I pastor a really smart church. So I know they will get it.
High IQ.
They're high IQ church, so we put it in there. But the other reason is because you might read other authors that talk about this, and then I want you to know, right? Oh, I know what he's talking about, sacred reading, and so that's why I added the words. Not trying to be smart there.
That's excellent.
I do think we've done RPMs, we've done SOAP. All of these things are really, really good. These guys didn't have phones, televisions, and distractions. They were really sitting around thinking about how can we connect to and listen to Jesus.
Wow.
This was their path.
That's beautiful.
Why try to invent something different when for centuries guys were doing something and it was working? They were being with Jesus. They were in his presence. So I do this whole thing, reading, meditation, break meditation down, prayer, and then we get down to contemplation. And then in this chapter, I also kind of add, how I did it one morning. I just took one section of my reading and then how I would break down a verse and let Jesus begin to speak to me out of that verse. I think it is a great way to listen. How do we listen to God? He must speak to our minds. So the question is, how do I pursue Jesus in my thinking? And the whole thing is to stay on course. So it's really a funny deal because like when you're listening to Jesus, it's like, let's carve the negative stuff out and let's delight.
Yeah.
And so you're always looking for that thing of delight that Jesus is trying to show you. Like in the example I use, strive to enter by the narrow way. When I'm looking at that, you know what brought me delight? Oh, Jesus is going to do the striving in me to enter. That brought me great delight. This is not my effort. This is an effort that is happening through me. So to me, if you follow this pattern, it's kind of laid out in the book. I think it's incredibly helpful. It helps you listen. It helps you tone and focus your mind and your contemplation, because God is going to speak through your mind. I don't know if ever God has spoken through my ears. Maybe once, I'm not sure. Couldn't tell the difference, but I couldn't prove it for sure. But he spoke through my mind a lot. Some people have never heard audibly with their ear God, ever. And so it comes to our mind. So how do we get our minds looking at him?
Beautiful. Thank you, Pastor Jess. We know you're going to have a great day today as you try this sacred reading out. And I want to encourage you, no matter what system you use for reading the Bible, why not give this a try and see what God might speak to your heart? I think the whole kind of point of Slow Your Soul is to take us out of our norms, take us out of what we're used to doing and saying, God, we're just posturing ourselves, we're posturing our heart soil to hear from you. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.